got your health. You heard that a lot when you were kids, right? You sit at the table, the old people would be complaining, and the young kid would complain, and the old people would just go, you got your health. Doesn't mean anything when you're 12. Who cares? You get older, And then COVID. Whoa, we lost our minds as a country. COVID? My Lord. Tammy got so mad at me. We live in the country. We live rural Tennessee. We got our first traffic light 8 years ago. There were 12 accidents the first week the light was installed. Apparently people couldn't figure out why there was a floating red dot in the sky. Just driving along. That's new, Edna. Look at that. That whole 6-foot thing, was that an issue? I mean, is that a problem here in Clarksburg? Is that, people, you're at the avocado at the grocery store, you feel hot breath on your neck? Hey, come on, man. I don't think you have to tell Americans to stay 6 feet away from strangers. I don't know. Is that science? Did that come from a lab? Hey, Joey, sneeze. Measure that. Big 5'8". And I don't know about you guys, but I'm standing on my little rubber disc at the grocery store like a good little comrade. I'm standing there, and the guy in front of me moves up, and I'm thinking, sure hope his COVID went with him. Because that was a smart virus China produced, wasn't it? Smartest virus ever. You could eat at a restaurant with your mask off, but that virus was just waiting over here. Waiting for you to go to the bathroom. You better put that mask on and go to the bathroom. COVID's just waiting for you right there. Depressed. She was crying. It's a real thing. I went on Google and I looked for blogs written by women who wrote about empty nest. I wanted to know what my wife was going through, and it's a real thing. All Tammy ever wanted to be was a mom. She showed me a paper she wrote in 3rd grade. Her mom kept it. Said, when I grow up, I want to be a mommy. I just want to. And she told me, not 5 years ago, she said, if I knew you were going to turn out the way you turned out after we got married, I would have had a bunch more kids with you. Somewhere in there is a compliment. This is how I handle my body. I'm 67 years old. This is how I handle it. I get out of the shower, I look in the mirror, yuck, and I keep walking. Look at that. I want to live to be 80. That's my number, sir. 80. Then I can go to a nude beach. Yeah. We've walked onto 2 nude beaches in our marriage by mistake, and both times all we saw were a couple of naked 80-year-olds staring off at the horizon. Tammy's reaction was, well, I'm not hungry anymore, Jeff. So we're watching TV, she pauses. I say, what? She says, you're gonna love your gift. I was coming up on my 65th. I said, really? She said, yeah, you're gonna love it. I was a little suspect. At 60, she comes to me and says, your 60th birthday's coming. We're gonna celebrate it for a whole week. I said, a week? She goes, yep, it's your week, birthday week. I got a gift for you for 5 straight days. Did not have the heart to tell her it was 7 days. Math was never her strong thing. That's $12, $10 thing. So anyway, I was excited. The first day, my gift was a really cool t-shirt. T-shirt, had my name on it, because at our age, we tend to wander. Put have your name on things, 3 o'clock in the morning, finishing a show in Vegas, walking around. Hey, who are you? Jeff. Right next to my name, it had legend since 1956 when I was born. Right below that, it said husband since 1986. That's when we got married. Right below that, it said Pops. That's what my boys call me, Pops, since 1987. And right below that, Papa, what my grandchildren call me since 2013. That's a cool shirt. I told Tam I am so looking forward to my birthday week. Day 2 of my birthday week, opened the gift up. It was a nose and hair trimmer. I said, what is your obsession with my nose hair? She said, you're traveling again after the COVID. You got all this, shaggy stuff. Some woman's going to see that on the road and think you don't have a woman in your life that cares about you. She's going to hit on you and you're weak. So anyway, we're watching TV. Tammy pauses the TV. I say, what? She says, we're on a diet. We are? Yeah. I don't care. My office is in the basement of my home, and in my desk drawer, I have Oreo creams all the time. I always have Oreo creams. Used to be vodka and cocaine, so I'm improving. I always watch, the only thing I watch is State of the Union. Tammy's steeped in all that stuff. I'm a casual observer of the culture. I don't, it ruins my day. I get too upset, so I don't watch it anymore. I quit years ago. But anyway, I watch the State of the Union because I'm curious. I don't care who the president is. I want to hear what his version of what I'm living is going. There's been some disconnects over the last few years. But anyway, I'm watching it this past February. I'm watching Joe, President Joe. And anyway, I paused the TV, and Tammy goes, what? And I said, is it me, or does our president look like he'd be a lot happier watching Gunsmoke and eating ice cream? That's it. Anyway. You don't even have to reply to me, but it's something you may want to think for yourself. If you own a Starbucks, would you let our current president work your register? You might, but it wouldn't balance at the end of the day. You'd let he'd greet at the door. He's an affable guy. He's a likable. That's why he got elected. He's a likable guy. People like Joe. Lunchbox Joe. He greets your Starbucks customers every day, man. Shake their hands and tell them stories. Great storyteller. You tell him how years ago he was raised in the Colombian forest by Juan Valdez himself. In a Puerto Rican synagogue. And he personally picked those beans they're roasting right now for your cup of coffee. And you'd be so happy. You'd go, thanks, Joe. I just had a cup of Joe with Joe. And you'd shake his hand and ask him, how do I tip you, Joe? Well, you can Venmo me 10% for the big guy. And if you really want to help me out, you can run that cash through my son Hunter's account.